You might have heard this term, doxing, being used before, but what essentially is doxing? Doxing refers to the act of publicly revealing or publishing information which identifies somebody with the intent to cause harm. This sensitive information can include a person's full name, age, email accounts, address, phone number, social media accounts, and other sorts of personal identifying information. You may recall back in 2020, during the circuit breaker, a video of a woman flouting safe distancing rules and claiming she's a sovereign went viral. Netizens took it into their own hands to call out the so-called sovereign lady. However, they got the wrong person. A certain Tuhina Singh's personal information was shared on Telegram and Facebook groups even though she was not the person in the video. The situation got so bad that Tuhina's company had to put out an official statement to clarify that it was not Tuhina in the video. While her information was eventually taken down, the damage was already done. In January 2022, a similar incident happened after a Bentley driver drove into Red Swastika School. The video of the Bentley driver nudging a security guard with his car drew the fury of netizens. Again, some netizens tried to dox the Bentley driver, but they got the wrong person. The victim took to his Facebook to share that he was aggrieved by these baseless allegations made on social media and had to make police reports against these doxers. The victim also said that he had received about 200 calls and messages asking if he was really the Bentley driver in the Red Swastika School incident and that his teenage children were upset that people were targeting their father. Doxing can lead to major consequences such as both online and offline harassment. It's almost impossible to erase the information that's been widely circulated on the internet. With personal information readily available on the internet, it becomes very easy for people to locate or even stalk another person in the physical world.
Okay, we can see that those who are more susceptible to being doxed are people who do not protect or do not take steps to protect their private information. This could be people who are careless with their privacy settings, people who do not think twice before posting their personal information or photographs, images, videos that can personally identify themselves or personally identify their friends and their family members, people who have a lot of digital footprints on social media. So when you have a lot of identifiable information and you leave quite a bit of digital footprints, this acts as breadcrumbs for people who to actually pick up information and collect them and piece them together to dox you.
You can only imagine how much worse it is when you've been wrongfully doxed. The impact of doxing can be very profound and deeply distressing to the victims. The two examples I mentioned are more prominent cases that made it to the news, but doxing is more common than you think.
There were a lot of hate messages, nasty private messages that were sent to my Facebook page. They disagree with what I say is nonsense, but I think some of them did one step further and then started to create untruth things about what I do in my work. And even my organization's Google review dropped tremendously where these people are not even my clients, you see. So there were quite a couple of damage that was done. And then my address started to be published. They know where I stay, they know what car I drive, and then they just paste notes on my windscreen. So saying that, you deserve to go to hell. One occasion, my mom was at home and then somebody just walked past my house and just spilled the coffee. So the harassment got a bit out of hand. And when you start to bring my loved ones into the picture, that I think that is something that I don't think is right. When you have such an incident happen with some random person pressing the doorbell in the middle of the night, calling me in the middle of the night, I think there's a certain level of it.
It was scary because my information was being leaked without my consent. They got very suspicious. They tried to search me up using the past information that I've shared previously. They even went to the extent of searching me up on the internet and wrote into my company to complain about me. Psychologically, when you are traumatized in a situation like this and you don't really know whether it's safe or not in your own home, you just feel like you're trapped. And there's nothing you can do but to surrender. Till today, if there is a way that I do not have to release my postal address on Facebook channel, I won't.
So we have the POHA, Protection from Harassment Act, that actually covers doxing. With these laws, right, we need to be able to show that there are people or there are perpetrators that will not go unpunished for doing such malicious act on other people, especially with a very harmful, intentional, targeted intention to actually harm people online. There are certain steps and procedures that can protect them. One, they need to know that they can make a report. To be able to make a report, they should document all the instances of doxing, the content, the information, the materials related to the doxing, because these documents or this information will be very crucial in terms of identifying the doxers and stopping them at that track, right? So they need to document and they need to make a report. This report can be done in many different ways. This report can be done in the platforms, for example, where they appear. The victim can also report it to the police, right? Especially when there are obviously clear malicious intent. They need to talk to their friends or family. They need to talk to anybody who has any experience or any knowledge on how to deal with doxing. The more they can be calm, the more they can be less anxious, knowing that they have the support to actually go through this particular situation or this particular moment. So it's very important to carry out all these steps.